thought we were never gonna plant our basil. I've been wanting to get it in the ground since April, but Danielle's been making me wait. What's up with that?
So I know you've been really anxious to plant your basil, Sarah, but really we wanted to wait until it was at least 65 degrees at night because basil is very picky when it comes to being cold. It hates it.
So what happens if you plant it before that?
Well, it just kind of sits there and gets stunted for the entire season. And the other thing that can happen is it'll rot, so we don't want that.
Okay, so I was thinking of planting these in the spot where I had my arugula before.
Sarah, this will be the perfect spot because it really does get full sun, and basil needs full sun.
Yeah, you don't think these nasty pea plants will block some of the sun?
Yeah, they're kind of on the decline right now, so we're gonna rip those out anyway in maybe a week or so, and then the patch will really get some sun. And it's also great to plant them in a raised bed because basil likes well-drained soil, and we just want to make sure that we're amending with compost because basil plants really need fertile soil. So we've decided we have the right conditions. What kind of plants did you grow this year?
Oh, I've got about 5 different kinds. I've got the classic Genovese basil. I've got some opal basil, which has those pretty purple leaves. I've got some lemon and lime basil, which have the little citrus notes. And I've got some Thai basil, which has that spicy licorice-y flavor.
Great, so let's get planting already. I'm dying for homemade pesto. Since basil likes rich, fertile soil, be sure to mix in a few handfuls of compost into the planting area where you'll put it. Then dig a hole that's no deeper than the soil block or the pot that your basil came in. You want to space basil plants about a foot apart each. Rough up the roots a little bit, and then finally backfill around the plant. Looks good, Sarah. Now we're just gonna give them a drink.
So basil is a leafy green. Does it like a lot of fertilizer?
You can fertilize a lot through the season, but that's really going to be at the expense of flavor. If you fertilize that much, the leaves really aren't that pungent. So early in the season, give it a shot of liquid fertilizer. That'll get some good growth going, and it'll be gone by the time we harvest.
Okay. So speaking of harvesting, how long will it be?
Actually, just a couple of weeks, because with all this early summer heat we're getting, the basil's going to shoot up like you wouldn't believe.
Great. Well, it is steamy. Let's go get some drinks.
How about some basil martinis?
I don't know about that. The basil's not ready yet. How about some mint mojitos?
All right, deal.
This is turning out to be one of the hottest summers I can remember in New England. And though it's not too much fun if you're wearing a fur coat, my basil is loving it. They've nearly tripled in size, and I'm eager to start pruning, but I don't want to jump the gun. Still, I'm really craving some pesto. So Danielle, what do I do?
Sarah, I know exactly what you mean. Pesto is one of those summer staples, almost as much as corn on the cob. So let me give you a few pointers on how to harvest your basil.
Wait, harvest? I thought you were going to show me how to prune just to keep it healthy. I'm confused.
No. Pruning and harvesting is one and the same. So come on, let me show you.
Okay. See how big they've gotten?
Holy cow, yeah, they've gotten huge. All right, so we want to start pinching them, and you pinch for a couple of different reasons. First, because the more you pinch, the more leaves that the basil plants produce.
Okay.
And second, we want to make sure that we get off any flowers immediately and pinch those right off the plants.
Oh, really? I think the flowers look so nice, and I figured they would attract pollinators.
Well, they will attract pollinators like bees and flies and things, but because basil's an annual, that signals the plant to start shutting down, and we don't want that.
No, we don't.
All right, so let's start pinching. When you're harvesting basil, pinch it off just above where the leaf intersects with a stem. This disguises the cut and encourages the leaves below to flush out. When pinching off the flowers, the same principle holds true. Pinch off the entire bloom back to where there is another leaf and stem intersection.
So what about my Thai basil? Because it's been flowering practically from the get-go, and the stems are really tough and woody. I don't think I can pinch them.
I know, Thai basil has a proclivity to really flower a ton, an absolute ton. So you really have to stay on top of it. Pinching really won't work, so you need to use shears.
Okay, so how much can I harvest at one time? I need at least 5 cups for my pesto recipe.
You never want to harvest more than a third of the plant at one time because you want to leave enough of the plant behind so it can regenerate itself.
Okay, so I guess no pesto today, but I'll show you how to make my Thai basil chicken with the Thai basil.
Okay, that sounds good.
So last year my basil got some weird kind of fungus on it. Do I have to worry about that this year?
It was probably powdery mildew, and because we had so much moisture and rain last year, it's really prone to come out at that point. If it happens again this year, if it ever rains again, that is, you want to do a tablespoon of baking soda to a gallon of water, shake it up, and keep dousing the leaves until it goes away.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that we've pruned as much as we can probably prune today. Still not enough for pesto. Maybe we should go to the farmer's market?
That sounds good.
All right, should we grab Juno for a walk?
Juno, want to go for a walk?
Oh.